Hey guys, we're back with more Star Wars. This is going to be the last 30 minutes of today's stream. Billy and I are going to turn this quest in, and I guess we're heading down to the Brawl Sediment. Sentiment?
Dement.
Do you like the Valkyrie Chronicles?
Unit to retrieve our team's bodies. They said to thank you for your help.
You're not going to ask if they went after your pet project?
Did you get to the bombardment site? I don't see a scratch on you.
Can you check right now? I want to see if anything comes of this.
Just let me see the samples. I've got a portable scanner that can give us preliminary results right now. That's amazing. There's over a 50% correlation. Genetic drift usually means a much less marked connection, even in a normal population after so many years.
They really are defending their ancestors, then?
It means we just made one of the most important discoveries in Tarisian history.
What? Where's the cynical disbelief?
You can't dispute the numbers, Sierra. You're right. This is amazing. If rat ghouls have enough rationality to remember people and places that matter to them, we can't keep treating them like mindless animals.
If they can think, maybe someday we can make peace with them.
Exactly. We need to cancel our operations in these grave sites. We can't keep antagonizing them.
But if we know they come to the defense of certain territories, we can bait them, draw them out, so the Republic can send in troops to exterminate them.
No, if they're sentient, we can't just keep murdering them.
I'll contact the Reconstruction Authority. Do you have an opinion on this?
If there's any way to coexist peacefully with the rat ghouls, we should take it.
I guess it's a virtue to forgive, right? At least this way, maybe we can avoid those kind of attacks in the future. I'll give the Republic your recommendation. Thank you again for all your help.
Look at that. Alright, I don't know if they know there's a Valkyrie Chronicles anime. I didn't know there was one. Billy, did you know that?
Nope.
Huh. News to me. Alright, let's head down to the Brawl Sediment.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
Waypoint Station, Dray Speeder.
Be safe out there.
Hope I clicked the right one just now.
The south middle one. I'm sure if he knew there was a Valkyria Chronicles anime, he'd probably be down to watch it. I mean, I don't like Dot Hack, but I still want to watch the animes to see how they stack up to the games. You know?
Dot hack. There's no way it could be worse. There's no way it's worse than the games. It's definitely better.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the game. It's my story quest. I have no idea where a little R&R. I'm trying to find out what my story quest is. You're way over there by Tulare March. Gotta come back over this one.
What is it called?
The Brawl Sediment, the Waypoint Dray Speeder. Hey, what the fuck is Sergeant Jackson? Oh! Oh. Okay. There's a quest we gotta do back in the other area, but we can pick it up and turn in these first ones here. Dot Hack is basically a filler. I mean, there's a few different Dot Hack animes, so... I've heard good things about one of them, but then not so good things about the other. I didn't like .hack the games though. I like GU. GU was good, but the others were they weren't great.
Lieutenant, it's good to see a soldier of your reputation slumming with us out here in the wilds of Taris.
There are important objectives here for our war with the Empire.
Well, whatever brings you here, I suggest you don't stay long. We barely got stores enough for our station soldiers, much less visitors. At this rate, I've got men scalping ration cubes for a half-week's salary.
I can't believe the Republic sent you out here without sufficient supplies.
Oh, we get supplies. Every month. Shipped in from Ord Mantell. Problem is, this month's ship went nose down in some of the worst territory on Taris. It'll take another month before the next one arrives. And in the meantime, my men are stewing their gloves.
Where's the ship? I don't care if it's at the bottom of a swamp.
The Republic thanks you for your service. Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just rat ghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
You know what my favorite thing about this stream is so far? Every time we run into a world boss, we know we're gonna die, and we just ran out and died.
Mm-hmm. Where's the one on this level?
I don't actually know where it is here. But yeah, Game Over, what anime do you like?
Told you're among the Republic's most reliable operatives here. Have you heard anything about titroxinate being sold on the black market?
Is there a reason you're whining to me about it?
I just thought you might be able to help us keep it out of the wrong hands. Titroxinate was the pre-patent name for the weaponized agent we think was responsible for the rat ghoul plague. The Empire could fashion it into a terrible weapon, turning our soldiers into monsters and setting them against us.
Where's the arms dealer who's selling this stuff?
I'm more worried about its source. Trace the original titroxinate samples to an old Chemworks factory. It's overrun with Nexu. We can't get near it. If you can retrieve any canisters that remain, the Republic will see you're well rewarded for your effort.
Sure. So are you watching any animes right now?
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
Yeah.
Identify yourself.
I'm Karen Weck, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fat Pants to think it means he gets away with this. Steal from your troops, spend the Republic's money on vintage wine from Alderaan, but it's fine, because there's a gang of big-hearted heroes around to save you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up and start over.
The ship didn't have to crash. I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
I noticed he had a pretty posh setup.
Every shipment has some personal item he's bringing in. Somehow he's juggling the numbers he sends to HQ. No commander needs a personal vehicle in an outpost this size. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
You've won me over.
Thank you. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it.
Yeah, I've seen The Mandalorian. Silly has also seen The Mandalorian, though, I like your Mando anime.
Well, it's just my
I see
line of
your
questioning
infection is
was
progressing.
gone.
Hold still while I take samples for analysis. While I transmit the data to Dr. Cell, there are some questions I should ask. Do you have any of the following symptoms? Dizziness, fever, shortness of breath, and inexhaustible hunger for sentient flesh?
I could go for a Nerf burger.
That doesn't count, right?
I will note it on your chart. Ah, here's Dr. Cell.
Good news. Your antibody count is off the charts. I'll start work on a vaccine immediately. You are remarkably brave. Our progress has just jumped forward by years. While you recuperate, I'm going to transmit the usual secrecy agreements. Just use your thumbprint to sign on the sensor.
What do you mean, usual secrecy agreements?
This is standard procedure when the Republic develops biotech with significant earnings potential. We develop the vaccine for Republic soldiers first, and when it's proven, sell it to colonists. Until then, it's under wraps. We don't want the Exchange or the Sith funding some horrible operation with an underground version.
Lives will be lost while this profit is being made.
Tell me something I don't know. Every week we hear another Rakghoul horror story. But every colonist on the planet is going to want this vaccine. How do I tell my superiors we gave up that kind of money?
Stretch your
If you get a
butt.
sample to the Jedi, I bet they'd find someone to make it fast.
I'll keep that in mind. We'll get this cure out one way or another. Thanks for putting yourself on the line for this. Would have taken years to do it the safe way. I don't know if Taris will ever be what it was, but now, at least, there's hope.
Stretch complete. Now, to stretch one's butt, does one need to prolapse their colon?
Yes.
Ah, done.
Absolutely.
How many inches?
17 to 22.
So almost the whole colon.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Khan? The foundation of the Taris Chemworks factory cannot be repaired. I expect total collapse within 2 weeks. Once the building falls, the stored chemicals will flood this area. They are highly toxic to humans. I am sorry.
I'll make sure there are speeders on hand, but we can't just pack up and go. Do what you can.
As always, I will pursue an alternative.
Okay, Plo Koon.
Forgive me, officer. I am aware of your presence and duly respectful. However, I advise you not to stay long.
You were talking about evacuation. What's going on?
Many of these ruins are unstable. A nearby structure used for chemical storage is on the verge of crumbling. As I was explaining to my colleague, there is only one way to remove the chemicals before they spill. A burn-off. A well-armed demolitions team could reach the structure and incinerate the chemical stockpiles. I can provide the incendiaries. Unfortunately, no team is available.
I'd be happy to volunteer.
Your generosity is considerable. You should know, however, between the structural instability, the toxicity levels, and the incendiary chemicals, the mission does carry substantial risk. It is nonetheless urgent. You are not a demolitions team, I fully recognize this. But if you could arrange the burn-off, I would humbly welcome your aid.
Alright. Now we get to burn things. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly, you fools, over to, let's see, which one should we go to? Canner Outpost Speeder. And we're gonna go and head over to the city.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
And do my story quest that is apparently now over there. That should be a good thing to do at the for the end of stream.
Yeah.
You're watching Dr. Stone or a Dakaharu Kakushi Dungeon? I have no idea what that is. Redo of a hero. I'm a spider. So what? Tensei Shitara Slime Dot Pen Second. X on Tatoeba Last Dungeon and Mushoku Tensei. I only know what Dr. Stone is. Maybe the slime one is that that time I became a slime, or that time I turned into a slime. But I watched Dr. Stone with my girlfriend. She really likes it. It's so funny. Yeah, okay, so I know two of those. Dr. Stone is so good, and we're on season 2 right now. We've just watched the most recent episode, and so ridiculous.
On your feet.
Reminds you of the slime one. Alright, so we gotta go back around to that area that we had trouble finding. What's your favorite anime overall? Growing up, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, and that's probably still my favorite anime to date. Weirdly enough, Peanut sends me music from this guy who does rock metal versions of various songs from shows and such, and she's been sending me ones that he does of Dragon Ball Z recently. And he did the Cell theme.
That's cool.
And I actually didn't like his rock version of the Cell theme nearly as much as the actual version, which that happens sometimes, but it's mainly because the Cell theme is really fucking creepy and like imposing, whereas the rock theme didn't keep that same atmosphere and it just didn't sound right.
Oh, I remember what I have watched.
Yes.
The Dragon Quest anime.
I have not yet finished that. I need to.
Oh, it's just depressing.
Oh no.
It's just depressing anime. The whole anime is like, oh, Dai just kills everyone.
Oh no.
Or if he doesn't, they run away. That's like the whole anime.
I'll watch it soon.
Like, there's so many cool characters, especially the main characters, and you never get to do anything.
Two episodes behind. That's okay. I'm not going to talk about Dr. Stone any more than that. I just know that it's really good and really wacky. Yeah.
I was reliving childhood by watching Sailor Moon Crystal for a little.
Sailor Moon Crystal?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a remake, I think, of the original Sailor Moon.
Let's say
it's funny how like her voice is still as ridiculous as it was. You're like, what? Why? That's just the character, but like
Star Wars.
Voice is so ridiculous.
Star Wars Commandos sounds familiar, but no.
Here.
Fortunately, it took me a long time to really get into Star Wars. Like, I liked the 4, 5, and 6. I liked episodes 1, 2, and 3. But I didn't really do anything with the expanded universe until really Star Wars The Old Republic. I was going to play Galaxies. My mom bought me Star Wars Galaxies, but unfortunately Galaxies came out, or shut down its servers like 2 or 3 months before my mom purchased the game for me. So she bought me a game that just didn't work anymore.
You're from the Republic. Watch out. There's a huge alien guarding us, and... Ah, there it is! Run for it!
The Hulk?
Yeah.
In 10. Dead. Not you, I say we did.
Get us out of here!
Is Commandos a show or is it a game?
Yeah, where is this thing? Oh.
Who are you? You took that thing down easy.
Commanding Officer, Havoc Squad.
You're kidding. They actually sent Havoc Squad after us? I'm Ensign Tane, sir. I think it's a good thing you found us. The scavengers were gonna ship us off to some guy named Needles as soon as we healed up.
Needles? As in Ryler Dorn, the Havoc Squad medic?
I really don't know. Needles is all they ever called the guy. Figured it must be a code name, right?
Are you absolutely sure they said Needles?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. And I heard that
Here they are. Cav, Goran, cover the exit. Vice, Marco, Tabba, see to these men's wounds.
Oh, great. Sergeant Dorn's here to make sure we get stomped according to regulation.
Report, Ensign. Did you learn anything about the enemy?
Yes, sir. Sergeant, sir. As I was just telling the lieutenant here, we were captured for some guy named Needles. And get this, there are Imperials here, on Taris. They're working with this Needles guy in a hidden base out in the swamps.
Sounds like you overheard quite a bit.
Yes, sir, Lieutenant. The scavengers were pretty sloppy about talking in front of us. So, are you excited, Dorn? You finally have the chance to correct your old buddy's paperwork again.
This is no time for jokes, Ensign. Speak plainly.
Yes, sir, Lieutenant. Sorry, sir.
Many of the local troops feel that my adherence to regulations is a result of my upbringing, Lieutenant. I was born Imperial. However, after 2 years' service in the Imperial military, I defected. Given my extensive knowledge and training, I was awarded this position under Service Code 37R.
What made you change sides?
The Imperials regularly violated their own stated regulations and intentions without cause. I refused to participate. We can discuss non-mission critical issues later. My team and I will get these men back to base, Lieutenant. You proceed with your mission against Needles and his Imperial installation.
I have the lead I was after. Time to act on it.
I'm glad I could help point you in the right direction, sir. Good luck.
Sane. Sane knew a guy called Needles. He died from a heroin overdose. Fucking hell. Alright, we should warp back to... looks like the Brel Sediment, and then we can stop there.
Brel Settlement.
Dre on the warp. Why were you laughing?
The name of the warp point.
You like that girl, Doran? You like people who are, because I had the map open at first, not the warp point. You like Doran? That's good. I don't know Doran too well, but I guess we'll get to know her as we play the game. She's the best around. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's stream, guys. We got a new outfit, we got a new gun finally. Look at this guy. So he dropped all his loot. Life Day gift. That Silly's is blue. Great. She's waifu? Yeah, I don't know too much about her yet because I haven't done this story before. Silly has though. So he knows what's coming up. But yeah, that's gonna be it for stream today, guys.